And we're alive.
And we're
Yay!
What's that about? Don't tread on me.
Hey, no.
Evening, everybody. And you are. Oh, I just realized it's our first stream of 2023.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! It's only the 9th. We can still say it. Happy New Year to everybody out there. And if you are joining us, whatever time zone you might be in, if it's morning, evening, nighttime, I hope you're having a good day so far. And you are very, very welcome along to Rise of the Forsaken, Book 3, Chapter 24, Frozen Flames. And we left the gang on a... Well, no, we resolved a couple of issues, but then there was the whole weird Nolra thing. And yeah, we've got stuff to resolve. You know, the stuff to resolve and figure out and things to be talked about. But there is time and all for that. We'll get into our session very, very quickly. First things first, hope you have kicked 23 off with a bit of a bang and you are well rested and you had a lovely holiday and whatever that means. Okay, everyone's shaking their head here in the game. Mine was nice. It was quiet. Mine was quiet. I'll just say quiet. Everybody I've asked in work's like, Christmas? Everyone was quiet. Yeah, quiet.
It's the best kind.
Yeah. No fuss, no faff, no nothing. So, a couple of things at the top to mention very, very quickly. And we have a new discount code to give you for Dakota Irish. So, as members of the Dakota Irish Guild, we are able to pass on a discount code to all of you out there in D8 Dungeon. And if you use the code D8 Podcast for the next month or up until the end of January, that code will get you 10% off your order at checkout. Okay, so head on over to Dakota Irish. I picked myself up some dice. I'm going to try to do the Mua thing. We had a couple of fail. Oh, yeah, they're showing up. They show up quite nicely.
Oh.
Yeah, they're the Bifrost dice, the gemstone.
They're so nice.
Have you played with them yet?
No, I'm rolling this evening.
I wish you bad luck with those dice.
Well, I already did a test roll and it was a nat 20, so...
Oh, do another one there.
Okay, I will.
Let's see what it is. One. Don't lie now.
It's a 13, so...
Oh,
Yeah,
still
okay.
good.
Unlucky for some.
Yeah, but not for me, though. Not for me. Maybe for Nolra when I roll them against her.
Against me? Why would you do that?
Oh, I don't know. What's up? I don't know. I'm not that kind of DM. So we absolutely love the gang over at Dakota Irish. So we love all their stuff. Make sure you support your Irish TTRPG vendor. So code D8 Podcast at the checkout and you'll get your hands on that sweet discount. So make sure you check them out.
Yay.
Other thing to mention is we have another discount code to give you. This time from our friends. I can't just give discount codes out left, right, and center.
Oh my god, it's Christmas.
It's Christmas. It's Christmas.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Merry Christmas.
Oh, you got there first. If you are like, it's the new year, new campaign, new D&D character.
Same level though. Same level.
I have 2 pages left.
Same level.
I think put her down a level. I think
Push me, Fiona, and I will
Shut your
actually give everybody else another level. Push me, and I will give everybody else another level. I swear.
Do it, Fiona.
I
Do it.
swear.
I'll cover you.
I'll go for it. It was an accident. She was there. She wasn't there that day. I'm a runaway. She didn't do it. I swear. I give you a level. But if you're planning a new campaign or you have a buckload of ideas for characters for upcoming games, then you need to get your hands on a totally customizable journal from the gang over at the Rook and the Raven. And if you use the code D8 Dungeon at checkout, you will get 15% off your order. And some of the sales in that will go to supporting us here at D8 Dungeon, as that is an affiliate link. So we will get a portion of the bill. So, you know, that's helping them, helping us, helping you. So, huzzah. Goes round.
Helping me.
Not get a level, no.
Continue.
Sweet Nolra, no level.
Oh yeah, you're very funny.
I think.
I will retreat into my cave.
Oh dear.
And
Salty cave.
just to mention that it is our first session back there's no rust, but there's a bit of giddiness. And if you're out there in chat, do feel free to say hello and partake and join in.
Join and eat the rest of your quality street with me.
Yes, I just ate the rest of a small little bag of brownies, and I am very, very nauseous. Very nauseous. I ate them way too quickly as well.
Oh no.
But I rolled for the recap earlier on, and Diara is doing our recap of this
Oh,
session.
God damn it.
I said it ages ago.
I didn't hear you.
Oh, that's not my fault. I said it.
I wasn't listening.
I wasn't.
I didn't hear it either.
Okay.
I heard it. I heard it.
Thanks, Vanessa. You get a level.
Shut up, you fucking idiot.
I heard the most. I heard so hard.
So I think that's all the stuff we usually say at the top of the show. So welcome along. And without further ado, a recap of the previous chapter from Diara, who has clearly got detailed notes and remembers everything.
Oh, God. Okay. So we got to the temple and immediately started fucking shit up. Mooney disappeared. Nora was nowhere to be seen. And I was left with Umbra and Lunasa to face the weird snake thing. Then, when I tried to cast magic on it, it didn't work. And it took a human form. Mooney tried to get out of the sludge. Nobody seemed to be helping her for whatever reason. A little distracted with the snake man thing. Then I decided it would be a great idea to cast Shatter on it and create lots of small ones, which was not a great help at all. And then Umbra got lightning damage again. Him and that lightning damage, I swear. So anyway, he was down. I was on my own. Lunasa was fucking running around like a headless chicken. And then all of a sudden she had some fox that she failed to mention previously, which was great. Came in very handy. Resuscitated Ulra. He Misty stepped away because he's a big chicken, like Lunasa. Mooney counterspelled the snake and then got herself out of the sludge. Nora had a flashback to her sister Urska. Am I saying that right? And her tiny, tiny dwarven grandmother who said she's not ready to remember, which is always helpful. And then she remembered some more stuff about her family and being attacked by wolves. And then she heard Valeria and she woke in Canuck. And she saw a vision of herself holding a fragment of light. But then she felt empty and everything went dark. And then she appeared to us in the main room as a massive giant. And it was great. She's never looked better. She kicked everything's ass. And now she doesn't remember any of us, which is great. The end. Wait, no, we found a chest.
Found is a strong word.
Yeah.
We were handed a
Thrust
chest.
upon you.
And Nora collapsed with exhaustion. Umbra opened the box because he's selfish. And inside there was a small glass orb, a small bag, and a white candle, and a piece of tapestry. And that is all. The end. My news.
And that concludes my summer vacation.
Yeah. I met a boy. You don't know him. He goes to a different school.
Yeah, it's
He goes to another skull.
His name is Eric.
Oh no, Eric. No.
There's the 5 shards. So we are the shards, I believe.
We are the shards.
Is what the tapestry implied. I don't know if that's vital information.
Yeah.
I wrote it in the scribble at the very end. I was rushing because Nora collapsed. Okay.
There.
Oh.
I mean, it's neither the time nor place. But I have a really funny my girlfriend. You don't know her. She's from America. Story that I cannot tell on stream, but I have a really funny story.
Save it for our next night.
Break.
Yeah, I'll tell you all on break. And if chatter out there want to hear, I might tell you afterwards. But I'll tell the rest of you on break.
We'll tell Chad if you
Oh, it's not my story. It's not my story. It's my little brother. It's my little
Oh.
brother's story, so it's even funnier.
Amazing.
Oh, bless him. Sorry, literally, I'm having a little chuckle in my head at it.
I feel like I've heard this story before.
You definitely heard the story on it.
Anyway, Nola's
It's like-
dead, dying.
She's grand.
I'm fine.
So you have, and if you remember, the temple started to collapse.
Oh,
Oh yeah, vital information.
bother.
Just
I didn't have time to write that down because I was running.
because I was running
running
for your life. Yeah, you can hang on to your episode inspiration, but remember, use it. It does not carry over.
do I have time to eat a toffee penny?
No,
or
I'm
are we
coming
going
straight to you,
into
Nora.
it?
Nora, what do you think?
Nora, there's something in your mouth. Let me reach in
Oh,
and get
wow.
it.
Wow, that roleplay really deserves a level.
Well,
Anyway, the hall, the hall that you were in, the central hall at the Temple of Moor, you see that the walls are cracking. There is dirt and debris scattering and falling from the ceiling. The place, the wind, all of the elements outside that seem to have been trapped outside are now rushing to fill the space. And that cold chill that you felt as you were climbing the mountains now cuts deeper into your bones. Emerging with what is now a very dead-looking fox around her shoulders, you see Lunasa, who's kind of half flitting over to the opposite end of the hall. Kind of literally, she went to the west. She's now kind of like scurrying in a flap towards the eastern passageway. What are the rest of you doing?
Is Nora okay?
yeah, is she like conscious?
Nora is flat out unconscious.
Okay, go to
handy.
Nora.
Bye.
One of y'all's gonna
You're
have
back
to take one
normal
leg,
size, right?
and I'll take the other leg because we're not going to be able to do this all in one.
Vinny's gonna take her locket, bring out the good berries, and shove all 10 of them into Nora's mouth.
Nora, give me a medicine check, Mooney, just as you are conjuring from the Goodberry locket.
I'm proficient in that.
She says
Oh,
aloud.
that's hot. Oh, that's bad. 7.
I mean, she's unconscious.
Up my
You don't know what
nose.
it is, but you conjure. Are you conjuring all 10?
All 10.
Okay. Yeah. You just again you force them into her mouth. As a response, like her reflex, she swallows slowly, but she doesn't. It's not like the magic just washes into her and she wakes up. She's still very much unconscious.
Okay, we gotta get her out of here. Minnie's just gonna try and just heave her up because she's the tallest. Like she's the same height
Mhm.
as Nora, and just trying to put her arms under her armpits and just try and heave.
Okay. Umbra, Diara, Lunasa.
I will grab a leg.
I mean,
Overwatches.
how are they doing? He'll probably just let him go for it if it's going well.
You're a fucking asshole.
Too many cooks.
Diara is going to turn to him. And be
Too
like,
many
"What?"
first aid responders. What?
The room is collapsing around
Yes,
us,
it
right?
is, yeah.
Okay, Lucy shouts, "Come on, get her up now! You other one there, the fella, come on, grab her as well. I'm too tiny to be pulling you along. Come on!" And she tries to scurry them along.
Yeah, you're now
Minnie
being.
is also going to look around for Brassica.
Brassica has kind of tucked himself back into the bag a little bit, but you are now being shepherded out the door in the way that all women shepherd people out the parish hall. Like it's very much like a
It's just a chicken behind her, just going.
Yeah. offering no assistance other than that hip and chest thrust.
Sexy.
It moves
Yeah.
them along faster. It always helps.
Are you okay? So you're lifting Nulra. It's
Don't do it.
oh god, you're tempted to do it now. As you were like she's heavy, because it's
Okay.
full. It's her full weight. Like it's like she doesn't. she's not faking it. Like I mean, she's pretended to collapse before when there were chores around the house to be done, and it's like, oh,
Roger.
and Nulra fainting spell. But and again that thing of like, oh, but I am trying to lift myself up. I am trying to lift myself up, and clearly she wasn't, because clearly she was lying. But you, Mooney, kind of hooking her under the arms, you kind of drag her up, and Diara, as you scoop up one of her legs, you don't see, other than all the other cuts and bruises she's had and sustained, you don't see anything obvious. Yes, it's all on the inside. Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
You're hoisting her towards the passageway that
The others aren't yet.
that noticed. Umbra, you watch as Diara struggles with a leg, but Mooney's able to lift her up, like drag her up a little bit, and they're like, Mooney's kind of walking backwards, and Diara's kind of half steering her with the leg a little bit, kind of trying to guide her in terms of the way they're going. So we literally turned Nulra into a snail or a sail.
Ooh.
Oops.
Great work, everybody. This has been a worthwhile trip to the Death Temple.
We are trying to get out of the collapsing temple.
Okay.
Diara's just like grimacing, being like, Umbra, help me, she's heavy.
You're all very rude.
Yeah, I mean, he will go help. We'll go help. It's fine.
So you're gonna take the other leg?
Yeah, I guess.
Again, with Lunasa just kind of behind you, just nudging you out and like trying to get you clear of the door. Behind her, from the western passageway where she came running a little while ago, that has completely collapsed in on itself. It falls with a huge thunderous sound. In the distance around the temple, you hear other segments and sections just collapsing and falling over the cliffside. It is becoming a deafening roar as rubble thunders down around you. You clear the entrance or the doorway out into the passage, and immediately, Mooney, all up along your back, you feel the cold. It's almost like a punch in the back, and snow and sleet whips through the air, slashing at you. It sticks to your skin, it sticks to your fur, it cuts at your nose, it burns in your lungs. And Diara, give me a dex saving throw.
No. I would like to not.
Yep.
Diara death save?
No, dex save.
Dex.
Dex. I said death.
Oh, it's not too bad. 16.
Well, it's enough. You were looking for a 15.
Amazing.
You actually, from where you are, you watch as Mooney kind of spills backwards, and just digging the heels of your boots into the stone path, you force Mooney to kind of come to a bit of a stop. 3 more inches further back, and Mooney would have teetered over the edge. Part of the passageway, part of the walkway here, has collapsed into the abyss below. Where you had entered, where you had climbed the rock face, the stones cut in and come in through the foyer, you see that entire section of the temple has collapsed inwards. Your only option is to go further north.
So
You're
are we
out
on
of the
foot
temple,
now?
but you're still on the grounds. You're not off the temple grounds, if it makes sense.
And it's still like collapsing. We're out, but like the
Still in
exterior
peril.
is
Yes.
basically still coming down.
Yeah.
We go north. We go north.
Yeah.
Yeah, Braska does that like thing where he peers out of the bag and he's like, yes, yeah, north. And he's looking around him as if to say, whichever way is not danger is now north. And you spill up the walkway. Nulra, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, this is on. Oh, great. Oh, great. Even better. 12.
New year, new Nulra. And same normal rolls. Nope. Everything is dark. For those of you carrying her, Mooney with the arms hooked, Umbra and Diara holding a leg, Nolra got colder. Like noticeably colder. It's like holding a block of ice in your hands. It
Meanwhile, I am
hurts.
scalding hot. Do you mind if I disrobe?
Do it on cam. Diara's gonna look at Umbra, kind of worried, furrowed brow, and just be like, "What are we gonna do?"
I mean, we get her away from the big falling temple first, and then we kind of figure it out from there. That's not usually how people die, I will say that, so I don't think that's what's happening.
Why can't we just ever go somewhere and not have to deal with this?
I know. No, I know. I hear you. I'm not big on it either.
Hi, it's me. I'm the DM. It's
Oh my
me.
god, Taylor Swift! I knew it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, she's just gonna. Is Mooney still walking backwards this whole time with her?
Kind of. It's kind of half backwards, half straddling, half trying to like. Oh God! I nearly went over the edge, and you're now kind of moving up this walkway.
Okay. Yeah, so we just keep following Mooney's lead.
It's very
Okay.
chuckle vision.
To me.
To you.
To me.
To you.
How do I give you negative inspiration?
No.
As you again, as you continue to steer a number, you can see kind of just over Mooney's shoulder, the walkway seems you had it was Diara who had attempted to navigate the walkways already to the northern section of the temple, where before there was just a blanket of darkness and a drop, almost as if the temple itself was trapped in some sort of void or space beyond the material plane. Now you just see the wilderness and the barrenness of the mountains. The occasional smattering of the husk of a tree, but for the most part, it's just barren, frozen tundra, jagged, brutal, and sharp on the horizon. The drop below is frightening. It sinks in your gut, whether you have a fear of heights or not. It is that unsteady, faltering sort of fear that just sits painfully in the bowels of your belly. In the distance, you see again that northern section half collapsed in on itself. You don't see a single soul. You don't see any of the people that were inside milling about. You don't hear screaming or crying. Other than the building falling, you don't hear any other sound besides your own labored breathing, panicked, and the wind. You make it onto some steps that spiral downwards, but until your feet find snow and solid ground away from the temple, you keep pushing. As tiring and as exhausting as it is, you push until you cannot go any further. And the three of you carrying Nolra collapse into a heap on a snowbank about 20 feet away from the temple that just tumbles down into itself and over the sides of the northern mountains. Lunasa just kind of at your feet, also out of breath, but more so from the fluster and the drama of it all. You've made it away from the temple.
Hooray.
Minnie's gonna.
Have to say, that wasn't too bad. But do not let anybody know that it's our fault that temple collapsed.
And it wasn't our fault.
What did we do to make it collapse?
I just let's just say, yep, definitely wasn't us. Some rowdy teenagers got in there before us. Yep, definitely wasn't us. No problem at all.
Mhm.
Minnie's gonna start fussing over Nolra. Just checking her over, trying to wake up her sister.
Again, Mooney, as you sort of like give Nolra a kind of you would start to inspect and see, is she okay? She's breathing. It is a labored wheeze that is coming out of her body. Like it's as if air is struggling to get in and get out. As if something is blocking.
Can one of you help her, please? I think something's wrong with her.
Luna says, she goes over to her, climbs on top of her, and head straight ahead, and tries to listen to her. Jesus, she sounds great, to be honest. This is the best I've ever heard her.
I don't think she does, to be honest. Like,
Oh, Jesus, this is the most pleasant sound that's ever come out of this one's mouth. Okay, hold on. She might be just asleep.
I don't think she's just
Okay.
asleep.
Just hold on a second, and she'll just give her a good peck on the head and see if anything happens.
Give me an unarmed strike.
Fucking
Oh no.
At advantage,
Great.
technically, because she's not, she's unconscious.
Oh, technically, yeah. Cool.
Okay, cool. Oh, that's 4.
Let me just check if that hits. No, that doesn't hit.
So you
Even if it did hit, I have a strength of 0.
so you kind of give her like a kind of a little peck on the forehead, Lunasa. She doesn't react. She doesn't respond. She doesn't flinch. She's not asleep.
Umbra goes over at this point and just
Okay.
lifts Lunasa off of Nora.
Wait, hold on. I'm
No.
not finished. Just one more.
Look,
Let me down. Let
I
me
don't know
down.
about you.
One more thing.
I
Look,
took a-
I swear it'll help. It helps. I know that one was a joke there, but this time I swear to God I'm gonna help. Put me down, you little shite.
He
Good, you give him a
he
point.
like
Give him a
turns
point.
her to meet his gaze and says, I don't know about I took a whole oath about this type of thing. You cannot, please don't peck my sister. You're not gonna peck my sister.
And she's just pecking at his fingers, like to let her go.
I love how
Well-
Okay.
Lunasa reverts to actual chicken form. Like,
He will put her down.
You never know my true size.
Minnie's going to
Bang on
about
me, bro.
10 feet away, create a small bonfire just for heat and try and heat Nora up a little bit. Just like warms her little arms.
Oh,
um,
my big arm. Big.
Brassica kind of pops out of the.
No one back me up.
Brassica comes out of the bag anyway, and
Oh,
no, he approaches the fire a little bit, and he's kind of shivering and shuddering a little bit. She was down there for an awfully long time.
he was down there for an awful long time.
Nora, under the stuff.
Like the black sludgy stuff.
Yeah.
Because I was under there a long time too, and this didn't happen to me.
Yes, but you, Minnie, weren't unconscious.
I was for a wee while.
Well, maybe.
But I didn't turn into a big massive giant and then sort of get incapacitated and now I won't wake up.
Mm,
Do you know what's happening?
this is kind of outside my area of expertise, Minnie.
Do you think I had something to do with Mum?
Oh,
Like it was her statue and everything.
it wouldn't put it past me if your mother had some hand in this, but and he kind of gestures over at Nora. I don't think she can continue like that for much longer.
What do you mean? Like,
Hmm.
we're not gonna lose her like Regiment, are we?
I don't know.
What should we do?
Roll her on her side.
Roll her aside.
When you again, everybody else, you just hear Mooney chatting to Brassica. He's kind of looking at her, and he's looking back at Mooney every now and again. When you roll Nora over onto her side, all of you hear her try and make reflexively a cough, but it's half smothered.
Minnie's gonna
Um,
roll her onto her front.
Okay, now she can't breathe and she's dying.
Okay, Minnie moves
Okay.
her back.
Okay.
Can I-
no,
And it just
hold
pats her
on.
back.
Lunasa goes, I know what to do. I know what to do. She's gonna go over to Nora and kind of push her back on her side again. Jam open her gob because she thinks there's something stuck in there, and she just sticks her head in her mouth to try and get her to vomit.
Jesus Christ.
Like, can you not just check and see if it's physically there? It's
No.
not trying to make me hurl.
Excuse me, hold on. No, I'm trying to get it out of you. It's the only way you get people sick these days. Stick something right in. My head's just the right size.
Ugh.
Can I pick Lunasa up and just be like,
Hey,
there are better
she
ways
will
to do
fight
this?
back. She will fight back and try and
So-
get this to work.
Okay, a couple of different things happen. Umbra, as you regrettably put Lunasa down, and Mooney turns Nullera on her side, you watch as Lunasa kind of like half yanks open Nullera's jaw. And okay, if you're attempting to shove your head into Nullera's mouth,
Yeah.
and Daira, you're attempting to stop her, Lunasa, give me a Dex. I mean, it's not.
Sleight of head check.
Yeah, a sleight of hand, I think. Yeah,
Head.
and Daira, give me a Dex saving throw. I'm really not sure what the rule is for shoving your head inside another PC's mouth. Is
I got a 5.
okay.
15.
Okay. So, you, Daira, as if you saw the future, you see Lunasa kind of half tuck her head a little bit, kind of squint in, and immediately you know what she's about to do,
So,
and you
No.
just grab her as she jams her head towards Nullera. Lunasa, you see something slither down Nullera's throat.
Put me down! I gotta get it out! I can see the fucking thing in there! Come on, I'll be quick. I'm great at catching worms.
do any of us have light?
No, I
Can I use
don't.
minor illusion to cast light?
No.
I just seen something climb down her throat there. This is not good, lads. Come on, we gotta get it out of her.
Oh, how would you?
If you have a better reach than me, you can fucking try yourselves.
Minnie looks at Brassica.
Diara looks absolutely repulsed, and then looks at Umbra for reassurance, and is like trying to like gauge whether her hand will fit in Nullera's mouth.
I actually hate this.
Well, it's either that or we wait until it gets all in there and cut her open. So, go for it.
Put me out of
Oh,
my
we can do
misery.
that too. I don't really mind that option now. Like, give big slice down the belly. We'll whip it out.
No, I'd rather avoid that. She's my sister. I think that's kind of crossing a line somehow.
There's no lines here to cross.
Yeah. So
Please get it out.
Diara's just gonna be like, I'm sorry, and put her hand down Nullera's throat to try and grab whatever it is.
You actually, as you kind of put your hand into her mouth, something touches you, Daira,
She immediately screams.
and it starts to wrap itself around your fingers, and you start screaming.
She yanks her hand out with like holding onto it.
You begin to pull, and this long, black, thick tendril comes with it, and you can actually, for those of you, and again, a slight trigger warning for anyone that's not into body horror and stuff like that, but you do see kind of along Nullera's neck, black, inky, like webs or tendrils seem to kind of pulse for a moment. As you pull, this thing seems to trying to hold itself inside.
Oh
Never
god.
have I regretted eating on stream.
Sorry.
Mhm.
A toffee penny.
Stuck in your teeth.
Minnie's gonna
Okay.
help. Minnie will also like grab Diara and try to pull.
No, hold on. Don't pull. Mooney,
What?
you feel comfortable trying to burn this thing out?
What if the fire like goes downhill, like some sort of like conduct, and burns all of our insides?
If that happens, then I can heal her up. It's fine.
Oh,
What do you think, Dara?
I don't like this. Get it off me.
If this thing
Well-
has its hooks inside her, then it could do more damage being torn out than you would do killing it.
All right.
I mean, don't set
Do
fire
you-
to the inside of her mouth. Like, do the bit you've got there.
Like, you want me to do it?
I don't have any
I-
fire.
I could set fire to it. Do I have something that's touch based? I'd much rather do touch based. I don't. Oh. Oh, hang on. Do I want to do this?
Yes.
I think this makes more sense. Yeah, right on centering Nulra whilst holding this. She's going to reach over and grab this ooze, and she's going to cast Wither and Bloom. So this little ooze, pretty much anything nasty that do I need to see it?
come on,
Yeah,
Goth.
pretty much
Come on, Goth.
this creature that I'm holding needs to make a Constitution saving throw
Okay.
and take 2d6 necrotic damage on a field save.
Oh.
That's an 11.
Feels.
Okay.
2d6.
Oh, yeah, no, 11. Sorry. Like 17? No, wait, 11.
It does 6 necrotic damage, and Nulra has to roll a hit die to regain
Ooh.
points.
12.
Let's see. 12 plus my modifier. What's my spell? Plus 5. Plus 5.
Nice.
Ooh, thanks, baby.
You're welcome.
Mooney, you also taking this thing in hand, and it is so cold to the touch. There's a flashback to moments previously in the hall and being swallowed and this thing pulling onto you. A smaller strand or a smaller string of the ooze whips itself around your thumb and begins to try and like leash itself to you, but it splinters off from the main chunk that Dayara is holding, and you pull on it. And as Umbra tells you to burn it, you think of the Wither and Bloom and the pestilence inside her. And the magic washes over you and immediately pulses inside the ooze. It seems to drink the magic. And then within seconds, all those thicker webs that seem to have like locked or hooked themselves inside as to grip onto Nulra, they all melt. And as you pull Dayara, and with Mooney's kind of held hold as well, the thing comes loose, and this blob of black ooze and bile and spit and phlegm just surges up and out of Nulra as she throws up a half a liter of this ooze and the contents of her
Ooh.
stomach.
I bet you I feel great now, do I?
You do. You feel like you've had a good cleanse. Your eyes
Am I
your eyes
awake?
dart open.
Hey,
You
that'll
did
do
it.
it.
See, I told you making her
Linny
stick would
crouches
work.
down. Gets a good look at her.
Is Mooney's face right in front of mine?
Yeah.
Do I recognize her?
I
Nulliver would instinctively. Oh, I hate saying it. She would instinctively shove Mooney away and scramble to her feet.
You push and the minute your hands meet the resistance of Mooney, like you feel the ache in your body. No, right, your whole body feels. It feels as if you have swam the length of the gloomy sea and back again. You feel every fiber of your muscles, every square inch of your bones just pulse with pain and agony and exhaustion.
What do I see around me? She'd like immediately scan to see what's around her. like terrain-wise?
Terrain-wise, you recognize the Northern Mountains, the landscape beyond. You see the ruins of the temple. There's a campfire. There's a smattering of people, and you see Lunasa, the guide.
The temple is obviously collapsing, I assume. Like-
There's still parts of it falling, but for the most part, it has collapsed entirely.
Would Nolra know of anywhere that she could go to for shelter around here? Her immediate, because she feels so awful, her instinct is just to hunker down somewhere, get away from these strange people. Where would she go?
With no obvious way back down the mountains, you would have to head further north and look for shelter in a cave, or you've never done it before, but you could seek out the burnt woods.
If that's what she remembers, she'll start making her way towards there and just casting a wary glance back at the others to make sure they don't follow her.
Hey, no, that's
Wait,
absolutely
no,
not
no,
going to
no,
fly.
no, no,
That's
no,
terrible
no,
idea.
no.
Who the fuck are you?
Okay.
Did you take
No.
my stuff? She's gonna start patting herself down. Does she have her stuff?
You've
Nora, we don't have time for this.
You don't have any stuff.
How do you know my name?
Are
Where
you
you're-
family?
My family are gone.
I'm not your family. I definitely want to put that straight.
Do I recognize
Darling.
Lunasa?
you do, yeah. The guide.
Why the fuck did you pair me up with these people? You always pair me up with the fucking weirdos.
Hey,
Pair you up, darling. Nobody wants to be paired with you, anyways. You with this group.
Ah,
when
you
I
fuck
met
off. You guide them wherever the fuck you're guiding them. I'm gone. See you later.
Here, hold on. Come here. You know me now, and you know me well. I'm
yeah,
proven.
and that's why I want to get as far away from you as possible.
Well, don't you believe me when I tell you things?
She won't answer that. But she won't move.
Look, these people now. Well, you're siblings. Well, siblings in the sense of you're put together, so I guess you're siblings now. Okay? Do you know, when we go on these trips together, everybody's family at the end of the day, so don't be panicking, all right? You got a big wallop on your head there. Do you know, see that cave down there? You see the cave, don't you?
She's not going to turn around,
Or
but she'll say,
temple.
yes, I see the cave.
Yeah, well, you see that? You see the way you feel shite? You kind of, smashed your head because you run off like a tick all the time.
Still start walking again. What's the last thing that Nora
No.
remembers?
You know you're not allowed to
Shut
travel
up
on your
now.
own
I'm
here,
asking
love.
our DM in the sky something. You just shut your mouth.
our DM in the sky.
You remember the painful howl of a wolf pup.
She'll feel a shiver down her spine and she's going to continue walking. Obviously, she wants to move fast, but she's in bits, but she'll go as fast as she can.
Umbra is
hurting
going to
herself.
run ahead of her and stand directly in front of her.
She will push him to the side.
She can
She
attempt
won't.
to do so because 3 levels of exhaustion tells me we're heading.
No, I have to be able to pull Umbra down.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! For the first time in the Canuck family,
Get her!
I can take this down.
I'm so angry. Okay, go on.
Someone up in heaven, Reggie's cackling.
Oh,
I
fuck
got,
off, Reggie.
you got beat by Umbra.
No, not necessarily. Let me roll for it.
Okay, give me an athletics check, a disadvantage, and a strength saving throw, Umbra, at normal.
Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, that was better. So my roll was a 13.
Yeah, I mean, Umbra did get a 10.
Oh,
You fucking moron!
You'd
Umbra!
one chance. You'd one chance.
She wants to do it in the most humiliating way possible. Like, he's probably standing there with his arms akimbo. She's just put her hands on her chest and she'll scoot him through the snow.
Wait a
To
minute.
the side.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Don't you fucking do it. Don't you do it, because I know what you're going to do. You've done it to me before. Don't do it again, James.
Do it.
James.
Yeah, he's gonna
James,
silvery
don't.
barbs her.
Yay!
What do I have to do? Roll again?
Roll again, use the lower roll. I roll again, use the higher roll.
Do I have to roll twice or once?
Just one more time.
It was higher.
I got a 16.
Yay!
Yay.
Okay, guys, it was lovely playing with you all.
We got Scarlet.
Can what's the thing that you do on Twitch to like snap a thing, like when you like you get a little clip?
Oh,
We
clip it?
this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'll give you the description. Umbra, you kind of run past Nulra a little bit, and it is just that like stop, and both hands are up in kind of a look. I'm not threatening, but it is just that you need to stop. And Nulra, you somehow manage to get on your feet, and you, with Lunasa squawking in your ear, you're not able for this. You're tired. You need to find someplace away from these people, away from her, and you just surge forward, kind of allowing the dizziness and the weight to kind of pull you forward more than anything else. The tiredness. And every step you take is absolutely draining. And as you see kind of Umbra put his hands up in front of you, and there's nothing worse than you hate being told what to do. You hate being told to stop and wait and do nothing. He's a waif. He is a twig. He is tiny. He is a sapling. You have felled huge trees, and you put a hand up to just push him aside. And you feel your whole arm ache as he kind of just takes your hand in his, and he, like, gently holds you in place. And somewhere deep down in the pit of your gut, you feel shame.
I actually think for how many months have we been playing this? The only time that Silvery Barbs has worked for Umbra is the 2 times it's worked against me.
The most important times, yeah.
Silvery, we're gonna call it Silvery Nulras from now on.
Fucking, I'm actually about to snap this pen in half.
No,
I'm
it's not.
so angry right now.
Just a game. It's just a game.
It's not just a game, Declan, it's personal.
This time it's personal.
I think there's not much gentleness in his voice as he says this, but he just looks her directly in the eye, and he's tired, and he says, just stop being such a shithead for like a little while. You have a really bad head wound. You nearly died. Mooney, and he nods his head over, had to cleanse you of a parasite that was probably going to kill you if she didn't do it. Everyone around here has had a vested interest in keeping you alive, including me and Diara, who lifted you from that collapsing temple over there. So whether or not you remember who we are, maybe listen to the only one with an ounce of medical experience in this fucking like vicinity, and gestures at the vast empty fucking wilderness and says, and just sit down for like a minute. Please.
Can Nora step back? And with every ounce of strength in her body, she wants to perform an elaborate bow to her savior. And say,
Fall over. Fall over. Do a performance check.
Oh, my no, the worse the better. It has to be really shit bad. Oh, thank you. Thank you for saving me, all of you wonderful people. What would I do without you? Get out of my way. Get out of my way.
You'd be
Yeah,
dead.
put the parasite. If there's a parasite there, put it back in me and just put me out of my misery.
I can get it back.
there. Go on, Lunasa. Go off and get it there.
Minnie is going to do something that might be a little distasteful,
Oh,
but might get some insight as to how far gone Nulra is. Firstly, is there any ichor on her?
There's traces of it, yeah. Around the edges of her mouth and stuff like that, yeah.
On Minnie?
Oh, there's plenty of it on the ground if you want to
that I've been pushed into.
Well, not pushed into, but like again, you can scoop some up. You can touch it if you want.
No, Minnie's going to get up. She's going to kind of like very sadly brush her the dirt off of her, and she's going to use her Furbolg magic, and she's going to use disguise self and turn herself into Regmund. And she's going to see if there's any flicker of recognition in Nolra's eyes.
Okay. That. I have no problem with you doing it, and we're definitely going to do it. But Umbra and Diara, you watch as Mooney stands up and just kind of like wipes her hands clean. And you can kind of see wheels turning. And then you watch as Mooney's form changes. And for what's been a couple of weeks, you see Regmund standing there for the first time.
There, just lets out a sad little whimper.
Umbra visibly winces.
Minnie's going to, it's sort of like Regmund, but it's kind of got like a little bit pink tinge to his hair. And she'll slowly walk up to Nolra and then just say, like in Minnie's voice, "Do you remember him?"
Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God.
18.
You remember he's the only reason you're on this mountain. You don't know who he is. You don't know his name. You don't know your connection to him. But that man is the reason you are on this mountain.
Do I remember that he's dead?
You know you're doing the Winter's Pilgrimage.
For him?
That's for you as Nolra to draw the correlation to.
Nolra's eyes will widen when she sees Mooney Reggie.
Mooney Reggie.
Meggie.
Muji.
Aww, Mooji.
Muji.
And she'll falter for a second, but then she's going to jab a finger into Muji's chest and say, "You shouldn't be here."
Minnie's going to slowly lose the effect and it'll just be Minnie again. "But do you remember him?"
I don't know what I remember.
"His name was Regmund. He was your brother. And
You don't have a brother, you have a sister.
I don't know why you're lying to me.
No,
I don't know why any of you are lying to me. I don't know who any of you are. Why won't you just leave me alone?
Because we've lost Regmund. And
Then
we
go
don't wanna...
fucking get him. Go get him. Finish the pilgrimage. He's waiting for you, I'm sure. Go for it. Plenty of people are doing it. Lunasa will guide you. She's great. She's
But he's
great.
waiting. He's waiting for you too, Nolra.
Well, he can continue waiting because I'm not arsed. I'm going home.
Where's home?
You
I
know
don't-
you can't go home.
Think we have one anymore.
Well, pity about you. I do.
No, where's
No, you
home to
don't.
you?
I'm not telling you that. Stranger danger.
Is it? Hang on. Let me check my notes.
Really flicking through her book.
Hang on. Gorton, is that your home? Is your home Gorton?
The name, the recognition of the name will catch her a bit. Yeah, but no, not anymore. It
Because
doesn't
you're
matter. It doesn't matter.
Because you're a ghost.
Sure, I'm a ghost. See you later. And she's gonna keep moving.
Is she headed toward?
She's
the
heading. She's
forest?
continuing on the path, whether she's aware of it or not. Lunasa, you see that there's only. It's a straight line. The pilgrimage is a straight line, and it loops back on itself. She's moving further north, and she's moving in the direction of the woods.
Okay. Lunasa kind of turns to the guys. Sure, my memory isn't great now sometimes, but we're on the path to go. So if we follow along with her, I do know of something that could help get her memory back up the road. If we're looking for the grey toe route now, we'll make it into a nice soup and a tea for her, and I'm telling you, it'll bring the memory back. Well, I hope it does sometimes.
I mean, what
But
choice do we have?
If we exactly look, and since we have to go that way, guided along, there's no worries about. We'll just say, oh, we're all going the same way. So if she has her little mare along the way, it'd be grand because she knows at least that I'm the tour guide. So we'll just kind of trot along with her.
She remembers a little, so maybe this will just wear off after, I don't know, a little sleep.
Well, I'm telling you now, a good cup of this tea now will help her, but we'll just have to find some of it in the forest. up
We
the
have a
road.
bad
What's it
track
look like?
record with your advice. You understand the place you're preaching from here, yeah?
I actually didn't have a problem with you, but now I think I do. When the other one shuts up for a while, I realise there's a lot to you are all a bit of a pain.
Has Nolver been walking on?
Bye.
Yes, but in the way that a toddler would be walking off on its own. Yes. Yeah.
And Minnie is like maybe like 10, 15 feet, just
Like I can
keeping
catch
pace.
up to her with like 3 steps forward.
Can I kind of just jog up to Nora? Not like in a wait for me, just in a like trying to keep up with her pace, and then just be like, so you know where you are, you just don't know who we are, right?
Nora's gonna turn to Sarah and just look at her. What happened to your horn?
You broke it.
Me?
Yeah,
Cool, yeah, I'm sure I did. What happened to it?
it broke
How?
when I was a kid.
Oh, looks a bit funny.
I know. You've told me many times.
Did I?
Yeah,
How'd it break?
I don't remember.
Oh, wow.
It was a long time ago.
God, we've got something in common, don't we?
You don't remember?
Don't remember a lot of things.
So what do you remember?
Fucking telling you. Don't know who the fuck you are.
Well, there has to be a reason that we all know who you are.
Hmm.
So if you're not here for us, why are you on this pilgrimage?
Just what you do.
What you do when
What my mom and dad told me to do. So I'm doing it.
what happens at the end?
I can't tell you that. Part of the magic.
Have you done it before?
I don't want to ruin the surprise. That's what my dad used to tell me. That's how I finished it because I thought there was something fun at the end. There's not something fun at the end.
So why are you doing it again?
Nothing much else to be doing around here, is there?
No, I guess not.
What's the story of that freak? She's going to point to Umbra.
Oh, thank God.
Can I just interrupt? You're all just following behind Nolra, like moving down following this path along the ridge of the mountain, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, continue.
What did you ask me? Oh yeah.
She asked you about the freak Umbra.
I can't.
He's, just on his way to find that surprise, same as the rest of us.
Like, what's wrong with him?
Oh God, you don't have the time.
For her. Really?
She's harmless.
She's holding the badger.
Always something about
A fawn walks out behind her.
There's always something dodgy about those ones. He's got secrets. That one.
Nah, not this one. Honestly, if you're going to trust any of us, I'd say she's probably your best bet.
The little rat she's holding.
Oh God. That thing, I haven't been able to get rid of it.
Looks like it's got a disease or something. Colour.
Yeah, a bit mangy.
Yeah.
Mooney's just getting slower and slower.
Brad's like, let me out the bag. Let me out the bag. I'll fire. I can take her now.
I think it might have
Uppercut,
rabies.
but I'll take her.
You're my sister,
Um,
yeah.
I mean, you don't see the family resemblance? We're both blue.
Oh no, I have a sister. Had a sister. Doesn't matter.
Is that who you're going to see in your pilgrimage?
Do you remember?
No. You're on the pilgrimage for that guy.
No, it's that little short freak. She turned into freak
Yeah, you've
Little
called him that a few times.
ginger bastard. He looks like a
God, so it is all coming back to you.
what do you mean?
You guys get on like a house on fire.
With a dwarf? Sure.
Mm-hmm. I know, shocking.
Looks like I could punt him over those fucking mountains.
Well, does she still have the tooth, or did Reggie have the tooth?
I think I gave it to him.
Mm-hmm.
He burnt it. He burnt it.
Yeah, he put it in the fire.
Fuck's sake. I'm trying to think of other memorabilia that she might have on her
A
person.
mason jar.
Oh, it's all commercial now. Full of teeth. Whose teeth? What you do? What are you good at?
Not much. I seem to be shit at everything I try and do.
Why do they
So-
why do they keep you around so?
I'm good with the kids.
What kids?
Exactly.
You're funny.
Talking about the kids, Diara's gonna get an idea, and she's gonna start as they're walking along humming the lullaby that Ilaria used to sing to them when they were small.
Everything kind of goes quiet for a little bit. And Mooney, Umbra, you can hear Diara humming. She hums it when she thinks no one can really listen. And she doesn't hum it the way Ilaria hums it or sang it. There's something a little bit more gentle in the way that Diara holds herself. And the delicate touch and soft hand she helped with the children in the orphanage. And the humming, even though it's low and soft, it's caught on the wind and it kind of feels like it's all around you. And it's only when you feel the ground beneath your foot change a little bit, where there was snow and stone. Now there's like a slush and muck and the crunching of twig underneath. You find yourselves descending down into a path that's swallowed in, at first, what looks like thick grey clouds. But the acrid smell of smoke fills your nostrils. It catches at the corners of your eyes. And you find yourselves walking through thick forest land. What's everybody's passive perception? Oh, sorry, passive insight.
10.
14.
Passive
13.
insight. 12.
Who said 4?
15.
Okay. This is freaky that it's you two. Diara and Lunasa. The others, again, you're more like we're in woods. We're in a forest again, and you're kind of trying to make sense of your surroundings. While the others kind of their gaze are fixed on the scorched trunks encased in black ice. Both of you hear something in the fog. Hum the lullaby back.
Oh,
Creepy.
God.
Where is Lunasa in relation to Dayara and Nora?
Well, Nulra is kind of leading the group. You're all kind of bunched up a little bit. There's no more than sort of 15 feet between you, Dayara, and Nulra, and Lunasa, and Mooney, Brassica, and Umbra.
She's gonna kind of look over her shoulder when she hears it, and with like kind of a not worried look, but an intrigued look, make eye contact with Mooney and Umbra, and just tap her ear to be like, listen, and then she hums it a little louder.
You all hear something in the woods humming.
Is
Could
it close to us?
It's all around you.
Would Nora have any knowledge of anything in the woods that would imitate like that?
Give me a religion check.
Oh,
Or-
great.
Yeah, you're asking kind of like, is there creatures or animals in nature?
Yeah. Also, great.
Whatever role you need
Oh.
it to be, Nulra.
It's not the
Strength.
word. 15. Yeah.
Are you rolling these at disadvantage, by the way?
Oh shit, no. Fuck off. Oh, that was a better one. So the 15 was the worst.
Damn it. You're listening. There are things that can mimic. That can a mimic, for example. But there's nothing up here like that. You can't imagine there being anything up here like that would live. And you're kind of going through your mind and what you know of the creatures that live along the Wilderness Pilgrim, and it's known there are creatures, there are monsters, there are things that are not of this plane, this realm, this earth, that make the Northern Mountains their home. The Winter's Pilgrimage is a dangerous pilgrimage.
Are the trees touching above us? Branches?
Are they?
Are the tree branches touching above where we are?
Partially, yes. Yeah.
So she'll suddenly remember back to her dad's superstitions, and she'll quickly knock 3 times on the trunk of the nearest tree and stop dead still and say,
What are you
"There's
doing?
something out there."
The humming stops on the 3rd knock.
How did you do that?
Does Lunasa get a sense of anything
And
from this area in particular?
when you knock the 3rd time, the forest grows eerily silent. And then you hear 3 slow knocks wrapped back.
Oh no.
And
She'll whip around to the group and just, "It's one of you.
What?
Why'd you leave me down here? What are you doing? Why are you playing with me like this?
What are you talking about?
It's one of you doing this."
You did it. You just knocked on that tree.
I don't mean the sound I made. I mean the sound that's coming back. It's one of you guys. Stop it.
We're not doing anything, Nora.
as
You okay, Kat?
as you focus, as you turn on the group, Nulra, Lunasa, there's a couple of things that you know about the Burnt Woods. This is probably the most treacherous part of the pilgrimage. There are things beyond the woods that are not just made of teeth and bone, but the burnt woods is haunted by manifestations of rage and anger and frustration. Beings that feed on it. Beings that lure pilgrims drowning in their own anger off the path. And this is where you have failed to cross every time.
Lunasa?
Yeah.
Oh, bitch.
And on that, we will take a quick break.
No.
We will be back in 10 minutes. So for those of you in chat, that's there. Stretch, hydrate, pee, smoke if you smoke. Give those up. They're bad.
Never.
No
No.
Stretch then. Okay, have a stretch. Do some mindfulness. Okay.
Here's a bite of that
Have a
sandwich.
sandwich. Yeah.
Nom 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 nom.
And we will see you all in 10 minutes.
Yay.
Okay. For some spoopy woods.
Woo.
10 seconds.
Fuck.
2,
10.
1. We're now live.
Get
We're
that
live
into
now. Live, oh,
Yay.
we're live now with our Who's the Best sandwich into it. Jesus
Who's that sandwich, Fiona?
fucking hell.
Delicious.
Two,
You
two,
are
two.
very, very welcome back to the second half of chapter 24, Frozen Flames. When we left off, the gang had made their way across the back of the Northern Mountains and down a slope into the burnt woods. Here and now, you have found yourselves in on the path, still on the path into the woods. You're only kind of at the edges of it, surrounded by burnt husks of trees encased in black ice, and an eerie silence has fallen over the group. Take it away. Do some D&D.
Is there a sense of
Hmm.
hostility in the air?
Me.
Does it feel tense?
Hostility is the word I would use.
Mooney's going to cast mage armor on herself.
Okay. Daira, Umbra, Nulra, Lunasa.
Nora
It would be
will-
nice if the locals would kind of fill us in on what's happening here.
Who's that meant to be directed at?
The locals.
Who's that meant to be directed at?
The people who live here.
I don't live here. I live near here, and I've never made it past this point myself. I know I'm to bring you on.
What?
I've never made it past this point of the pilgrimage.
Huh.
You're joking.
Wait, so you don't know
Ah.
what's here and like what's beyond here? Do you not know?
The forest and the boiling river. Not that I've got to see it myself, unfortunately.
Oh, what happens here? What's so bad about here that it just sort of comes to an end, like in a good way or like a bad way?
I mean, she's still here.
You're still here. Did you so?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Wait. I don't remember if Diara actually heard it. Never mind. Moon tour.
Yeah.
Can Nora peace out as all this is happening? Did she like know the way to go?
There's a path.
Yeah, she's gonna keep going as they're having their little discussion. She'll have her hand on her axe, but she won't sheath it right now. But she's gonna continue down the path, just casting glances back at the rest of them.
As Umbra, Mooney and Diara are questioning, panicking about Lunas's confession. What are you doing? Sorry, my cat's shredding my door.
That's the locals.
It's the locals knocking on the door. Right in the frame.
What's who doing?
Umbra.
Having a cup of tea.
I think Umbra pointedly watches Nora walk away and doesn't comment on it.
You watch Nora just get swallowed in the fog, clouds, the mist, the smoke. You're not certain what it is. Umbra. It smells like smoke, but you're not. If it was smoke, you'd be choking. She vanishes, and Nora, when you look over your shoulder, you see nobody behind you.
Oh, thank fuck. Right, let's see if we can remember where we're going. Walking. Is the path still visible?
You're on a path, yeah.
Gonna keep going.
To the west, you hear 3 knocks.
She'll look up. Are the trees touching at the top?
Yeah.
She'll knock the nearest one 3 times. Duck, duck, duck. I'm here. I don't mean you any harm. Just let me pass.
There's silence. And then you hear a wolf howl
What direction?
from the west.
Where I'm walking to.
You're walking north, but it is to your left.
Close by. That I can tell.
Closer than you would like.
Her whole body will just shiver and she'll instinctively reach for her forearm, squeeze it, and then as fast as she can with her broken body, she's going to keep at top speed going down that path, constantly throwing an eye over to the direction she heard the hell.
You hear 3 knocks.
She won't even kind of be paying attention properly, but she'll still put a hand out, knock 3 times on the nearest tree as she keeps going.
Diara, Mooney, Umbra, Lunasa, what are you doing?
Have we noticed Now that we've stopped talking to Linissa, that Nolra's gone?
Yeah, you don't see. There's no sign of like kind of as Lunasa kind of holds her hands up. Mooney, you notice that Nolra's gone.
Where'd Nolra go?
There's only one way she could have went. There's a path over there. But like, how have you failed? How many times have you failed?
Minnie's not going to stop to talk. She's going to follow after Nolra.
I'll come to you in a second, Mooney, if that's okay. You're muted, Lisa.
It's not really the place to say at the moment. It's hard for me to tell you,
So
because I couldn't tell you how many times I've done this. But I know we shouldn't be traveling alone. This is the most dangerous part of this journey, and letting each of us travel off alone is more dangerous than anything else you've probably faced.
what? She's just gonna look at Umbra and at Mooney disappearing into the fucking smoke, and then be like, "Well, let's go then."
Let's go.
She'll put her hand out for Umbra to follow.
He just meets her gaze and says, I'm getting real fucking sick of this. I'm tired
Yeah,
of chasing
me
these.
too. I know, but what choice do we have?
I don't know, maybe we do anything else with the lives that we have.
And just let them go?
No, and he walks on ahead of her a little. No, not that. I mean, just in general. I don't know.
When you turn back, Umbra, like just kind of that over your shoulder that I don't know. Diara was there. Diara and Lunasa were standing there. And now there's just grey smoke and fog and mist. And you find yourself on a path alone. And Mooney, as you kind of take a few steps away from the group, kind of follow the path that Nolra's on, you turn back just to see if the others are following. So you can't hear them. They've stopped talking. And there's nobody there. The path behind you entirely swallowed by smoke and fog.
Oh no. Hello? Hello?
Your voice kind of echoes through the woods.
Was Braska in my bag?
He is.
Okay. She gathers them out and just bundles them up in front. Do you know where we are?
Mooney.
Yeah.
Brassica kind of presses himself against you a little bit.
Oh, cuddles.
There's somebody watching us.
Minnie's eyes will dart along. Well, wherever she can see, not far because of the fog.
Just, he kind of nudges a little bit with his snout, like he kind of gestures a little way off the path, just in front of you as far as you can see. And you feel the eyes on you before you see them.
Oh.
And they're kind of half covered by the husk of a large oak tree. You make out the You make out the visage of a person.
Nolra?
How do you know that name?
That's my sister, and I've sort of lost her, and I'm kind of looking for her, and I don't suppose you've crossed her path, have you? No, don't do that.
A short blade just cuts the air beside you, Mooney,
Oh, no.
and it sticks into the trunk of a tree. Where is she?
I don't know. I'm looking for her. Do you know her? Do you know Nolra? Are you from Corton? You don't want to hurt her, do you? Because if you do, if you think she's some kind of ghost, then I'm not going to take you to her.
The form kind of lingers for a moment, and then you hear the crunching of dirt and stone under boot.
And he's going to back toward the tree, toward the sword.
Brastica kind of like is shaking. Like you can actually feel him shaking as he presses into you.
She's
And-
going to maneuver Brassica into the bag as she slowly backs into the tree.
Emerging from the grey clouds, you see a Goliath woman. Older. Leaner than Nulra. Where Nulra has bulk and muscle, this woman has an edge sharpness to her. Her limbs look a little longer than her body. Like she seems slightly, almost something slightly off about her. But there's no mistaking her eyes. She has Nulra's eyes. A clump of grey hair hangs over her right shoulder, and dragging along the ground, you see she's pulling a long sword. Draped over her shoulders are the furs of a dead wolf. Where is my daughter?
You're her mum.
Where is Nulra?
We can find her. She's probably just up a wee bit ahead. Like, we could probably catch up with her. She's like real slow at the minute. So I think that should be easy enough.
I've a better idea.
Oh no.
And she lifts the sword up.
Oh no. Minnie's gonna try and take the sword out of the tree.
You start to pull on it, and you hear kind of a laugh, like a twisted laugh from her. She'll come running when she hears you.
I don't think she will.
Give me an initiative roll.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
no.
I'm fighting her ma.
I'm sure she's lovely.
22.
9.
Okay. Yeah. She kind of takes 3 kind of jaunt sprints at you, and the entire time, like she was dragging the sword, now she flicks it up as she lunges at you with it. Mooney, we'll come back to this in a moment.
Please don't.
Diara and Lunasa, the two of you are wandering on the path.
Can I just say, we were promised a short/long rest before we did anything else.
You were. And then someone had to go and split the party. And then someone else went
You
and split the party again.
You fucking bitch. Take it personally as you will. Diara's going to be like, not this again. I am not doing this on my own again with you. Okay, let's just find the rest of them and get the hell out of here.
The only thing we can do is follow the path at the moment.
Okay, well, she holds out a hand like down at her side to, I don't know, like stick to Lunasa somehow.
Oh my god, Lunasa is so excited. Someone's giving her a hand, not in a pulling away or like in a gross fuck off way, but an actual hand. The amount of joy on her face, and she just reaches up
The hand of
and
friendship.
is just starstruck
Convenience.
that someone wants to offered her a hand.
Is Lunasa dummy?
No, she's dumb. No, she's dumb.
She then goes. She then goes. Will you pick me up though? It's a bit awkward like this because we're not actually. touching,
She's
so-
gonna bend over and pick her up. Where do you want to be, like here? Do you want to be on my shoulder? What are we talking?
On your head.
No, not the hair.
Okay, I'll sit on your shoulder,
Okay, great. I have a parrot.
and then Gullia will sit on the other shoulder, so we balance.
Is he dead? She kind of.
Possibly.
Yeah, he's non-responsive.
Ew.
He wakes up every now and again, but he could
Okay.
be dead.
She kind of scritches him behind the ear. It's kind of cute. Okay, let's go. Into the thick
So
of it.
you're just walking the path.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's gonna call out for Umber because he was the last one that disappeared into the smoke.
As you call out Umbra's name, you're kind of searching, kind of looking, trying to keep an eye in front of you and at each step that you take. But it's only when you kind of really take a look at your surroundings, the fog, the mist, the smoke, the clouds, they've taken shape. And the woods are filled with people. Almost spectral. Their eyes glowing. And they just stare at you, Dara.
That's not creepy at all.
Are they just shapes, or like can we make out any features or anything like
They're
that?
all different sizes, but there's no specific features.
Yeah, like they've no like
Yeah.
familiar.
They have like an outline.
I assume we just ignore them and keep going.
Yeah, they're just people on the pilgrimage.
Luna, so those people are dead.
Sure, everybody's dead.
The
Darren.
fog draws closer and the shapes get closer.
Okay. We'll pick up the pace a little bit. Let's keep going. And her voice kind of cracks as she calls out for Umbra again.
There's no response.
He was literally like 3 steps ahead of us. Where the hell did he go?
It's hard to see anything in this fog. And Lunasa kind of just becomes a bit meeker.
So now can you tell me what happened the last time you were here?
I can't.
Because you don't remember or you're choosing not to?
I I can't. I can't. The words won't come out of me.
Diara thinks about it for a minute and then she's like, yeah. Yeah, I know how that feels. So we just keep going?
I, if we go back, it's the same as going forwards. So we're better off moving on ahead. And hopefully the fog will lessen. The people will lessen. And hopefully we'll meet your family.
She's just gonna reach up and give her like a little bit of a squeeze.
When you kind of reach up and just kind of try to reassure Lunasa, you can hear something in the distance. Dara, you can hear water. It's not a stream, it's not a river. It sounds like water lapping against a shore or a bank.
Is there a lake or something near here? Didn't you say the next thing was boiling?
The boiling river. It's I've never seen boiling lake. I've never seen it. Just heard about it. So it could be what's ahead.
But that's what it sounds like.
It probably is so.
Kind of a little bit more encouraged, for want of a better word. She's gonna pick up her pace and be like, okay, maybe they're waiting for us at the shore.
Sure, maybe.
As you continue on, Umbra, you stumble through the clouds and you find yourself standing on the bank of a lake. And there you can see just this stretch of black water, steam rising from it. And it takes a moment because you were only in the burnt woods a moment ago. And when you look back over your shoulder, you can see the tree line. You can see them. But you can see how far they stretch. They stretch for miles. They drown the horizon. They swallow the mountains. And you see the ridge. You can just make out the edge of the ruins of the Temple of Mor. It should have taken days, if not weeks, to cross that. And here you stand on the shore of a lake. And you hear somebody approaching on the water.
He'll very quickly use Vigilant Blessing to give him advantage on his next initiative roll, but he's not gonna draw his bow, he's not gonna do anything. If anything, he'll just kind of scan the shoreline to see if anyone else has made it there besides him.
You don't see any sign of Nulra, Mooney, Dayar, or Lunasa.
Well, then he'll just cast his eyes out onto the lake.
You can see a figure approaching, and you see they're on they're on an old they're on a long they're on a long sort of sailing boat. There's they seem the sails seem to be made almost of the mist. As it draws closer, you just see this thin wisp of cloth catching the updraft. And steering the boat, you see a tall, slender figure draped in cloth, just holding something. And they lift a hand to you.
He lifts his, says, "Hi, I and he points back towards the woods. He says, I just came through there. I'm waiting. I was waiting for my family. How big is the boat?"
The boat, for lack of a better word, it's an old Irish curragh. So it looks as if it could seat 4 people in it. It's not rickety looking. Like, it doesn't look like it's it's on its last legs, but it looks old. Like the timber, it's well maintained, but at the same time, it looks older than any tree you can remember.
Have they come before me? Have you seen anyone else?
You are the first.
Uh, but Nora went on ahead of me, and she knows her way through here, and then Mooney went on after her. So uh,
You are the first.
okay. Well, I can wait for them, and he kind of looks back towards the forest. I could go back in and get them. Maybe.
You do not walk the same path they do.
Shifts kind of uncomfortably. Who are you?
I am Kara, the oarman. You are Umbra, Prince of Twilight, son of Duvda. You have no authority here.
I wasn't claiming authority. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to speak out of turn.
It is not for you to decide the fate of those who walk the path. You, who are accustomed to walking the edge between light and darkness. The path was shorter for you. Theirs is their own to thread.
Can't help him.
And he shakes his head. We can wait.
And he draws his clothes around himself a little tighter. Yeah, we can wait. Do you know my mom?
Of which do you speak?
Either, really.
I am friend to one and charge to the other.
He turns and he kind of cocks his head and tries to look a little more closely at Kara. Tries to establish any kind of features or anything discernible about him. He hasn't really been paying too much attention to his appearance.
All you see beyond the vaguely humanoid shape wrapped in these cloths is a long, spindly arm just dangling from the edge of a sleeve and holding a large, heavy piece of timber that's plunged into the lake water.
Well, I guess any friend of mom's is a friend of mine. It's nice to meet you. Uh, if we got a while, I don't know too much about either of them really. I don't have any food or drink to share or anything, but if you got any stories, I'd like to hear them.
Those who cross the boiling lake their stories are their own.
We've got stories, right?
Boss, I am bound to this place. I carry the responsibility of ferrying those who wish to cross the lake to meet with death on the other side. I can tell you a story.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be nice.
But it will cost you. And the hand lets go of the oar. And an open palm, just the skin barely hanging onto bone, extends out towards you.
Oh. It's kind of funny. From what I know, princes are supposed to be pretty kind of minted, and he kind of goes to in a mock gesture of like turning out his pockets. I am not cash heavy. He
I have no. Yep, go on. Sorry.
he starts patting himself down for any jewelry or anything that he'd have. Anything that he might have brought from home.
I have no need or desire for gold. Give me something you value.
I he takes his longbow from his back, and he looks at it and says kind of to himself, "This is the one that I used to win that competition with Nora. But I guess that's all long gone now, so I don't know. Will that do?" He kind of hands it out.
He takes it, and he, in the same way someone may hold a coin purse or a gemstone and seems to like almost kind of feel the weight of it. You see him sort of just kind of run his index finger and thumb along the inside of the bow, and he just kind of nods. I will tell you how it is that I became bound to this place. And how your mother came to be. And he gestures for you to take a seat in the curragh.
Steps inside and sits and puts his hands on his knees and leans in, listening intently.
Nora. The howling gets closer.
All she can think to do is to continue on the way she's going. She can't go back. She doesn't want to go back. All she's been told is to keep going forward when you're on this pilgrimage, and that's what she's going to do as fast as she can. She'll take her axe off her back.
Give me a perception check.
It's disadvantage before you say it, I know.
I wasn't going to say a thing.
You were going to say it. Oh, wow, that's actually really good. Let's roll again. 17 as the worst one.
Oh, what was,
Look on it.
what was the first one?
24.
Oh. Okay. Out of the you hear it and you turn just in time to see a wolf, a large gray and white wolf with these burning amber eyes, snarling fangs, just leap over a cropping of rock and through the tree line down on top of you. And you manage to just half turn your body away to stop it burying itself into you as it lands.
Just one.
Just one. But it's the biggest wolf you've ever seen. It crashes into the snowbank next to you. Give me a initiative roll. That's a 17.
5.
1 second. Because that, well, okay, it'll be going first then. Okay. So, it immediately, and that is a 19 to hit. As quickly as it crashes into the snowbank, it's kind of up. It snaps its head back, and it lunges at you, and its teeth sinks into your forearm, and it bites down hard. Give me a strength saving throw while you're at it.
Oh God. Ass handed to me here. Dirty 20 for the first one. 22 for the second, so dirty 20.
Okay. Second. Okay. Okay. Take 12 piercing damage from the attack. As the wolf sinks its fangs into you, the entire time it seems to be trying to drag you down. It seems to be trying to pull you off your feet and knock you to the ground. You're able to just barely keep yourself up. It's your action.
She's going to run. Normally, if she gets attacked by something, she fights back. Not this time.
Okay.
She's going to turn and run and dash as an action.
Okay. So
Or disengage if I have to.
yeah, you'd have to disengage to avoid it getting an attack of opportunity on you. So
No, in fairness, she wouldn't think to do that. Her priority will be distance, so she will let it have an attack.
okay.
Put all of her effort into running away.
That's an 18 to hit.
Uh.
Okay. 1, 3, 4 plus 2. That's another 6 piercing damage. It's not going to get the opportunity to pull you down because it snaps at you as you just run. Now your movement speed is also halved because of the exhaustion. So
Okay. So if I dash, that's twice my movement, isn't it?
yes, so you'd be moving at your normal movement speed.
40 feet.
Okay. You just start running. As exhausted as you are, as utterly and totally wrecked, as broken as your body feels, you just push yourself. And then you hear echo throughout the woods.
The knocks
Yeah.
again.
The wolf is right behind you.
She keeps going. She's panicked. She's not even looking at where she's running. She just wants to put as much distance between herself and the wolf. Her heart's racing.
You continue to run. The wolf, some movement. Oh Christ, these things fast. Okay, it will be able to catch you. Its movement speed is 50 feet. Okay. So as quickly as you run, it follows. You ignore the knock. You ignore everything. You just run, and it bears down on top of you again for a 15 to hit that time. Okay. Strength saving throw again, please. 1 plus 3 is 4. And that's another 7 piercing damage.
Oh, same roll twice, 2 dirty 20s.
Okay.
And how much damage, Declan?
7 piercing damage. That's a really crappy roll. It's 2 crappy rolls now. It is on you as quickly as you run, and you are bolting. You're pretty sure you're on the path. You're pretty sure you're running in the right direction. Something in you tells you you are running in the right direction. You don't know what it is. It's a feeling. But the wolf bears down on top of you, and you feel its teeth rip into your back and just tear through skin, and you feel the pain course through you. It's your action.
She's gonna grip her axe tighter, and she's just going to scream out for her dad. And she's gonna run again. No disengage, just dash again.
Okay. And that's an 11. That's a 6. Yeah. That's an 11 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Your hand finds the handle of your axe, and you squeeze it so tight that you can feel the pressure in your knuckles. You can feel the pain as you squeeze that axe as hard as you possibly can. And you swallow a lump in your throat. And your lungs find air, and you find your voice, and you roar out for your father, and you hear every tree in the wood starts to knock. And amongst all of them, you hear one louder than all the rest. And you run towards it. and you clear the tree line. And you find yourself standing on a shore. And you see a man, the man from the group, the Umbra, and he's in a boat, and he's talking to somebody.
That won't even register initially. She's going to whip around and see, is she being followed by that wolf?
There's no wolf. Give me a perception check.
12.
You see the trees, and you watch for the wolf. Any sign of it? You're looking for the brush to move, sound its paws make, scratching the dirt. There's nothing, and your eyes begin to adjust. And there's people in the woods. There's a man. He's holding a little girl's hand. There's a very old dwarven woman sitting, her legs kicking in the air. You see older aunts, an uncle, cousin, and you just see your father knock 3 times on the trunk of a tree. And they're swallowed by the mist.
I think all the pain and all her broken body is going to catch up on her. And she'll just fall to her knees on the shoreline and drop the axe and just hold herself, staring at where she saw her father disappear.
When you collapse, and Umbra, you are lost in conversation. I will come back to this in a moment. You turn to see Nulra has cleared the tree line. And Kara has kind of also turned its head. Of your siblings, I held the least hope for her to clear the path.
Yeah, unfortunately, Nora kind of does whatever it is that she feels like doing. So, that goes both ways.
You should go to her.
Stands and dusts himself off. You'll be here, right? You're not going anywhere?
I will wait. Nulra, when you fall to your hands and knees, and you keep an eye fixed, you can hear footsteps approaching. And you take a moment. You can feel the pain in your hand. There's no wound. There's no blood. There's no bite marks. Dara and Lunasa. You can hear the water getting closer. And then, Lunasa, out of the corner of your eye, you see them. You see the people of the mist hunched down low, squatting almost. They have no discerning features. but you know who they are.
Lunasa gets off and to the ground and goes, I know them. I knew them. Do you see them over there?
Yeah, but who are they?
And who are they?
They are, or were, the last surviving members. Your neighbors. Kyla Quinn. And her siblings. You had taken them on the pilgrimage, and you lost them.
In a bit of shock and kind of confusion, Lunasa thinks that she's found them. She's gone, and she starts going, Kyla, come here. I knew you'd be around here somewhere. And she'll actually kind of go towards them.
No, wait, no, Lunasa, stay on the path.
Sure, it's fine.
No.
They're with me. We travel together.
But they're not, though. You lost them, remember?
I don't lose people. They all wander off. I just,
And they don't come back, do they?
Nobody comes back to me sometimes. But these are they're basically family to me.
They were.
No, I don't know why you're saying were. I don't believe in the word were. So they're here and now.
Yeah, but
just like you and me.
They're not really, though. They're part of the forest now.
Sure, aren't we part of the forest as well?
Not in the
We're
same
here.
way. We're not made of mist.
Diary, give me a perception check.
Oh my god. Whoa. Say
2.
24.
You watch as Lunasa draws closer to the mist. And actually kind of almost reaches out to them, to Kyla and her brothers. You see Lunasa's hand. It seems to almost join the mist.
Lunasa, I promise you, this is not the way we're supposed to go. Please, please just help me find my siblings. We can come back for them.
They need me too, though. A guide is a guide.
And right now you're our guide.
And that kind of hits Lunasa hard, realizing she shouldn't abandon one party for another, even though she feels more attachment, obviously, to the others because they're to her family in a way.
I promise they'll be here.
Can I just ask if they
They'll
want
be
to
here
come with
when
us?
we get back. please.
Lunasa looks to see if Kyla is anyway making eye contact with her or anything like that.
They're not. It's them. But they're not. They're not registering you. They're not talking to you. They're not responding to you. But where you find yourself standing, just a little way off the path, there's a familiar smell. Grey toe root. Kyla and her siblings are standing around a bushel of the ash flower.
Immediately noticing the smell and seeing Kyla and the boys around, a tear runs down her face as she realizes that they're not there for her, but they're there to help her. And she turns to and says, "You're right. They're shy."
They were all in suspense.
Her battery just died.
No freaking way.
I just heard the doom of like
It
a
was the
low
sound of
power.
it, yeah.
Battery.
They've taken her.
Oh.
They've taken her.
I wasn't
The
certain-
mist has her.
She blends into the
They
mist.
got her, everybody.
That was beautiful timing. Beautiful.
And your
She's one
camera's
with the
been
mist.
frozen on like 2 pixels for a long time now, Eilish. So the pair of you having a conversation has just been a big frozen blur.
Beautiful.
Oh my god, it has. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah,
That
it
makes
has,
for some
yeah.
interesting streaming. Eilish, you actually look like a faceless one. Like the way it's frozen to me, your eyes are kind of gone a little bit. It's spooky.
Oh, there she is.
We have a guest.
Yay!
And hang on, I figured this out.
Fun.
Are you all right? Oh, great. That's how you know it's live.
There you go. There you go. You're back. We got you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, sorry,
Way.
you cut out just as you were saying you were. It sounded like shite, but I think that might have been
I
more.
thought that's what
Shite.
was going on.
She realizes that they're appearing because not for her to find them, but for her to help her current group. As she realizes, she told the group earlier that this route is what will help Nolra get her memory back. And she goes, let me go get this. I'm not going to them. They're only here to help, but this will help your sister. I promise I'll come with you.
Well, can we go together?
She puts up her hand and goes, "We can."
She takes it.
And then we head over, and kind of tears are running down Lunas's face, and a slight smile at Kyla and her brothers as she goes to carefully pick the route. And she says to them, hoping they can hear her, "I'm so sorry that I couldn't."
They don't react
You
or
all
respond.
And she picks up the route and goes, we can go now.
The Ruth has a heavy. Ooh.
Oh, there's an echo.
Yeah, Melissa, headphones if you got them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time everyone's sitting in hushed silence.
In the woods. Spooky.
So somber.
Very solemn.
I'm conscious of the time as well, and I know we've to get to Mooney and Nolra's mam.
I bet Mooney's having a gay old time right now.
She's having a gay old time with
I'm
Nolra's
sure
mam.
they're
Yeah.
fine.
And then we have to go back to the boat and stuff like that before Nolra emerges. But harvesting a little bit of the grey toe root And Daira, you notice she doesn't seem to be hiding it, but you do see that Lunasa is crying. Now, she's not sobbing or wailing, but you see the tears, but you also just as clearly see that there's a sense of relief with her. And with a couple of the bulbs harvested and some of the leaves and petals from it's a very strange flower. It's slightly powdery, almost musty, like the wings of a moth. She plucks a handful and puts them into a small little bag. And still holding your hand, she leads you back onto the path. And the sound of the water gets louder. And you can hear Umbra call out to Nulra. And as you clear the tree line, you feel the mist and the fog rise off of you. And some way up along the bank, you see Umbra. You see Nulra on her hands and knees. And Lunasa, for the first time, you see the edges of the boiling lake. We will leave chapter 24, Frozen Flames, there.
Bum, bum, bum.
We are back in 2 weeks' time for chapter 25, Anger Burns and Boils.
Look, Mooney.
Rip.
Guess where she gets it from, Mooney? You're about to find out.
Oh my god, sword battle, sword battle.
Mooney, splashing around.
Pat, I will
I'm not
give you.
proficient in this.
I will give you any amount of money if you manage to make out with Nora's mom. Just because she'd never live it down. She'd never live it
Absolutely
down.
not.
It'd be great. It'd be
No.
perfect.
Minnie is not that type of woman.
Stay away from my mother.
You Harpy. We are D8 Dungeon. We are a group of Irish tabletop role-playing game enthusiasts, and we just love telling stories and sharing them with people like yourselves all over the world. You can find out more about us on social media at D8 Dungeon. Join our awesome little Discord server, and you can check out our other stuff because we have a podcast that comes out every second Friday called Romance in the Dungeon. And there's a brand new episode because that's also been on a break for the holidays. There's a brand new episode dropping on Friday, and I'm so excited because we're one step closer to our special guest appearance. Y'all are in for a serious treat.
Sounds like an asshole.
Spoken like a true Clodagh. Yeah, so Romance in the Dungeon drops every second Friday. There's a, I think we all right, Kitty. Kitty, you can have a level, but you can't.
Yay, kitty.
I think we said this just before the Christmas break anyway, but Rise of the Forsaken will be going on a wee hiatus. We will be taking a break from the main campaign in about, like 3 weeks, 2 weeks?
Yeah,
Session.
I mean, realistically, last one will probably be the 6th of February.
Yeah. Last one for James
Yeah.
will be the 6th of February.
I'm never leaving.
And Fiona. The last one's for James and Fiona.
You have to kick me out.
James and Fiona. Last one for James. But we will be, our Monday night sessions will not be going anywhere as we will be sticking with the world of Rise of the Forsaken, but we will be playing another adventure, a prologue adventure. I mean, this is a prologue to the campaign that we were all playing offline in a homebrew world that I started during the pandemic. So a prologue to the prologue to the series that we were playing as a group of friends before we brought it on. But I will be running another story set in the world of Dowan, looking at the events of the Age of Calamity, and in a short adventure called The Ballad of the Mad Kings. And very, very excited for it. But before I forget, There's a couple of other quick things to mention. We have a discount code for Dakota Irish, our favorite Irish TTRPG store. So if you want to get 10% off your next order, maybe you need some new dice. And I've been rolling, and I was rolling with the Celtic Bifrost dice, the gemstone ones, because it's a little birthday treat to myself. You can head on over to
Ooh, I still have my Wisteria.
Oh, they're also pretty.
Pretty.
Both pretty dice. Head on over to Dakota Irish and pick yourself up some new dice. And they do loads of other stuff as well. You can get some dice trays, dice jail for that pesky D20 that always kind of just cheats you out of a victory or a death save.
Sexy candles.
The candles are fab.
Can we put you in the dice jail?
There, I won't make it up.
No, that's terrible.
I think everyone except Diara should get a level.
I think everybody put Diara and Nolra as proxy to Diara. Diara, fair point, Fiona. Fair point. But yeah, if you use the code D8 podcast this month, you will get 10% off your order. So do please help support small Irish businesses. And yeah, the other thing to mention is if you've got plenty of dice, or to be fair, who has plenty of dice? You always need more dice.
More dice.
But if you are looking as a DM to start a new campaign, and I will use my Rook and the Raven campaign planner for this one, though I like to work digitally for stuff, but I will use for note stuff. You can head on over to the Rook and Raven, and as a DM, pick up a handy campaign planner, or as a player journal for those PCs that we love to torture. Yeah, I think it's over show. I'm
No, Ben.
level. Next session, I'm ramping up the drama, ramping up the trauma, and ramping up the parental abuse. So
Can I play my ma in the prequel?
yeah, can you play your mom in the prequel set 1,000 years before the events of it?
How long took a life?
Sure thing, mate.
I believe
You
it's
can
1,000.
play your mom's atoms.
Not
I
a single
still
member of
play
that
this.
family would live 1,000 years. Not one.
Yeah, you're the oldest living member so far.
Not with their fucking brother still rebarming them every 2
But if you head on over to the Rook and the Raven and you pick yourself up a campaign planner or a player journal and use the code D8Dungeon at the checkout, you will get 15% off your order, and we get a portion of the sales if you use that discount code. So a fraction of that comes to us and helps us create more content and really other cool, fun stuff. A big thank you to Eilish, Kat, Fiona, Melissa, guest user, and James for their time, their energy, and their awesomeness this evening. And James, obviously, not only playing but also helping to produce the show on the back end. So, what are the rest of you doing? I mean, Kat does the art. James does the. Come on.
I'm the talent.
Because Fiona's definitely out.
My
We've
device is
agreed on this.
charged enough.
Fiona's definitely out. We need to actually get talent. No, not at all. It's been
Look
an
at that little cat.
Oh yeah,
you, go, don't
okay,
you,
you bring the cats. Okay, we got it. But a special thank you to all of you for your time and energy this evening, and then for those of you in chat, hope you enjoyed, and we will see you in 2 weeks' time for chapter 25. Anger.
Bye.
Are we jumping in? Are we gonna? What's that Twitch thing you do?
Raid.
I was gonna say, are we ninjaing? Are we gonna ninja somebody? I was like,
Are we going to ninja someone?
What's that Twitch thing?
I'm your nana when it comes to Twitch.
Okay, hang on. Let's see who's live.
Nana
Table
Poppy
Story
is-
are live. And Table Story are always
There we go.
good. We'll go Table Story.
Okay. Good night. Have a good week, and we will see you very, very soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Happy New Year.
Bye.
New Year, new fee.
Really?
Woo!
Let's do this, baby.